Hello, humans. I wanted to talk about Sweet Baby real quick and some of the comments that I've gotten. I saw a number of people that were, uh, saying to me things that I was just like, I need evidence of that. I need some proof of the fact that these companies are making creative decisions or forcing their creatives to make decisions in order to get something. Like what do they get, blah blah blah. So I didn't get a lot of specific answers, unfortunately. I just got a lot of what felt like talking points. So immediately my you know guard was up. Like, this just sounds like you're parroting something you heard on the fucking news. But I did do a little research, and to those who reached out and those who actually engaged in conversation about it, I appreciate it. Thank you for that. And that did lead me to do some research on BlackRock and trying to figure out why do they keep meaning BlackRock. And I understand now, and I still don't have any dots being connected, but let's assume, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if these companies like Sony and like Disney want investments from these massive companies like Vanguard and BlackRock, not that they get money. That's what I was always confused about it. It's like, well, they don't get money from them. They get their investors. They get recommended from their investors and they get put in the portfolio. I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it. Okay. And BlackRock has said, hey, we want ESG scores to be X, Y, Z, or what have you. Okay, that starts to make sense. And I apologize if I said that wasn't happening. I don't know if it's happening still, but it looks like that could very well be happening. Okay, so I am sorry for not believing you. Part of it was the way the message was delivered, but I'm guilty of that sometimes too, so whatever. But no, sounds like a lot of you guys were right on that. That's A. B, I still, as much as I am kind of anti-unregulated capitalism, I still believe in the concept of the free market. And one of the kind of things I saw a lot of in the comments was this idea that the art is being corrupted, and that was the real issue. Oh, it's the quality of the writing. Now, if the writing's bad, the writing's bad. There ain't nothing that BlackRock or Sony, that's just get some fucking better writers, right? But the idea, though, that people seem to have that games, scripts, edits, books, whatever, are created in this vacuum of just pure art. I think that's I know that's inaccurate. I mean, everything from, a movie being written for one actor in mind, and then the studio not being able to get that actor or getting a bigger star, and then they change the script because they want that star. That happens all the time. Or Sony saying, hey, we already have too many of these. Sony would never say there's another third-person action story game that's depressing. Yes, green light, but you know what I'm saying. It's not like Sony hasn't come in and said, oh, we want a game like this, and then they move forward with the team to make it. There are always fingers in the pie, unless you're talking about sort of a one-man person off making their art in a garage for themselves, that influence the art form. I mean, that's the business of, as they say, show business. That's the business part of it. So the idea, yes, it does seem, especially, I'm a progressive fellow, the most progressive fellow and so, of course, I agree with a lot of the things that are in the diversity movement. But I guarantee you, sure, I would be annoyed if it was content that I didn't agree with. But I happen to agree with it, so it doesn't bother me as much. But I understand your point. But, the idea that this stuff is created in a pure vacuum of just artistic innocence is not accurate. And so things are always influencing it. Ultimately, what influences the show business part is the money, though. And it's like we saw a couple of weeks ago, Bob Iger from Disney comes out and says, hey, Um, you know, we think we've pushed our own personal politics a little too hard, and it's hurt our business. He said that. So boom, there you go. But he said it not because people are complaining about BlackRock. He said it because I guess they've made enough choices where they have assessed this isn't good for business. These guys are not, the vast majority of these people are not investing and not making business decisions because they want to push their agenda. If they did, they'd be working for a nonprofit. So I do want to kind of make it clear that, you know, this is not some unicorn situation where, can you believe someone's personal agenda affected, you know, the business? It's like, yeah, that's life. That's how it works. Uncharted, the movie Uncharted, which I enjoyed. I didn't love. I enjoyed it. It was good, solid, fun B popcorn movie. My understanding is Tom Holland, you know, I mean, you guys know how long that movie was in development hell. Tom Holland comes in and says, I want to do that. And Sony wants to stay in business with Spider-Man. So they're like, yep, green light. All the shit this movie had struggled with to get off the ground. And suddenly all it took was Tom Holland saying, I want to be in it. Nobody, and it was, you know, fine, fun movie, but to this day, nobody thinks that Tom Holland is probably the best, you know, actor to portray Nathan Drake. But that was the business. It wasn't created in a vacuum, the decision. It wasn't like, the artistic decision is Tom Holland. It was like, no, the business decision. And then they give it to the artist and say, hey, you're creative. Work within this limit. So anyway, there you go. Seriously, though, I did wanted to say thank you for bringing me some information to educate myself. I apologize if I gave you poor information regarding the way the relationships were working. Again, I still don't have any evidence of it, like direct evidence, but it seems pretty likely. So A, I'm sorry. B, thank you. And then the second part again is just like, this is same as it ever was. You know, it's just business as usual. It strikes me as odd that so many of the people who seem to take issue with this are also the people that only want to play AAA games. If you really want to play those games that are pure and made in a vacuum, I highly recommend the indie space. Be well, be safe. I'll see you on the next live stream. Thanks, everybody. Now I just have to look away from you. See, what I would love to do is be able to hit stop recording and not look, because then it would be like, you know, but I don't have time to edit this because I'm planning today's show. It really doesn't matter.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.